Hi Stampers! It's a bright sunny Friday morning where I am, and I'm tuning in a little bit early because today is the kickoff day for Stampin' Up's On Stage at Home, which is a demonstrator event. Usually we get together and I have lots of pictures of past fabulous events with my Stampin' Up family, but this year we're virtual, which is also good. So we are tuning in 10,000 demonstrators from all over the world and getting to share together and be inspired and get ideas and so forth. So I'm doing this a little bit early today so that I can get on with on stage later today and then all day tomorrow. So I promised you guys Christmas tags. And for this version of Holiday Helper, I thought that I would, instead of sharing a prepared project, show you kind of my process and how I put things together and make something. So I call this little segment Reality Crafting with a hashtag because it is reality crafting. I actually don't have a plan for what I'm going to make. I'm gonna walk you through how it all kind of comes together for me. So I know this can be a little bit of a wandering video as I go through the process, but I've heard from people that they're really helpful because they, you know, we all sit down to craft and we can't figure out exactly what we're gonna do. So this will help you maybe get some inspiration. So I am going to use the Most Wonderful Time product medley, which comes in a box like this, which is kind of unassuming because it is a box full of Christmas joy. So let's tune down here and I will give you, get some stamping going. All right. Oh, I'm a little bit off from where I usually am. Okay. Let's see. All right, so everything is included in this box that I'm going to show you, except for the ink pads. There are stamps, a whole stamp set. There is a set of dies to match them. There is a pack of designer series paper. There is in this pack a set of more cards, like card fronts, a bunch of stickery pieces, which are cardstock weight. Oh, and that's more of the paper. There is a fun ribbon. There are little embossed stars. And then it all comes in a packet like this, and you just take out the pieces that you want. So good morning, virtual hugs to you too, Jenny. As you guys are watching this morning, you know, chat along and say hi. Give me ideas if you want to give me ideas. But I'm going to show you some sample cards because whether I open up my Stampin' Up catalog and look for ideas there, or whether you know, I look on Pinterest or something like that, usually I have some idea of how those pieces go together. So these are actually cards that we made on our Stampin' Up trip to the Greek Isles. So this was last year, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. And Stampin' Up incentive trip was a cruise in the Greek Isles last year. So we got together on a giant cruise ship and made cards together. And so these were the make and takes from that demonstrator event. So this one gives me some great ideas for a tag. I love how it's got sort of the pieces all together here and you know, kind of mix and match with a little cute background. This could definitely be a tag idea. This one is cute. It used the tinsel and it wrapped around those trees with just a border at the bottom. And then this was an easy one with these little star stickers and these little deer and little tinsel kind of sticking out from the greeting. So this gives me some good ideas. And it makes me think about the fact that I don't actually have any cardstock pulled to go with this. So usually I pull cardstock that matches, but let's look and see if there are places that I'm going to be able to do my stamping here. Yep, looks like there's some greeting spots. So I think that we're going to be okay. Sometimes I like to back things with a neutral, but we'll see how it goes. All right. So I need my trusty trimmer here. And let's go ahead and get started. So the project plan for today is to mix and match tags. So I'm gonna go ahead and just grab a piece of designer series paper. And since we're doing tags, I am going to grab my tag topper punch here and go ahead and start by cutting 2-inch strips here off of this paper. And if this is going to be tags, this is a little bit long for a tag, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it shorter I'm gonna cut them like this so we could have some duplicatable pieces. And oh, kind of cute on the back. So I realized I didn't look at the back, so my tag's gonna go sideways if I'm gonna do that. But I'm gonna go ahead and make a tag top for this. And oh, the paper here I'm using is from the Onstage packet that we got in the mail, our swag bag. And so I'm going to start off by grabbing back here. I need a tag piece, and let's see, maybe we'll use one of these stickers because they're gonna show up nicely. So I'm going to stamp, layer, and embellish. So let's see, where are my stamps? Here we go. We're gonna pick a greeting for this one. I think Deck the Halls will be a good choice. And so I need a place where Deck the Halls is going to fit. And I grabbed my ink pads to match. I think I'm gonna go with the Memento Black here, which is my favorite of the black ink pads. And let's see, does Deck the Halls? I don't think it really fits on these smaller stickers, so it's gonna have to be one of these bigger ones. And I always, when I stamp on there, I always kind of hold it an extra long moment because I wanna make sure that I get really good ink transfer. So this is cute, but a little bit busy. So I'm gonna grab, I think one of these, let's see, I'll stick this on a clear black to hold it. I'm gonna grab one of these, and I'm gonna grab a circle punch, like I said. So I'm gonna grab we'll grab our 2 1/4 inch circle punch because I want it to be a little bit bigger than the tag. I don't want it to be the exact size. And there we go. Okay, so now I have this circle here, which I can attach with my adhesive. And I'm gonna go ahead and use Seal Plus and Stampin' Dimensionals as sort of a mixture of adhesives, because this is a project that will kind of get some wear and tear as it's flapping around on gift bag or package or whatnot. And I guess I should figure out an orientation for my tag. I think I'll make it go this direction. And this, I think, is gonna go here. And then I'll bring back in this little holly berry. And let's see, I didn't push this down hard because I still want to be able to pick it up a little bit and add some berries. Maybe I'll make that the center instead. And I'll use one of these small pieces to kind of go here underneath on the bottom side. All right. Okay, so now I don't have with me, but one of the things you can do is you can add a little cornstarch on the back of the stickers so that they're not actually sticky. So I'll go back later and unstickify those with just a little bit of cornstarch. But then we need a little piece of tinsel here. This is Darling Scale Tinsel. And I'll grab my snips. We got new paper snips. They came in a cute box as center stage. So this came as our one of our treats. So if you have a certain title with Stampin' Up, then you've got this extra little gift in the mail to go along with Onstage. So kind of fun. And I'm gonna go ahead and tie this in a little knot, and it doesn't really matter what it looks like because it's so tinsely, you can't really see all the ends of things. So there is our first finished tag. So just kind of mixing, matching pieces. All right, so let's see, let's do another one. I think we're gonna use these candy canes next. So let's take another little look at the papers in here. So these also, I could remake the same tag. Like if I wanted to do a whole bunch of tags for my projects, I could use those pieces to make another one. But let's look and see in here if there's something that jumps out at me as a candy cane. Oh, look at this. I think this looks like candy cane paper, don't you? Oh, the front is this gorgeous foiled tree. So maybe I'll use this one. Okay, and then we're gonna use these candy canes. I think we're gonna need another sort of centering kind of thing. So I'm gonna grab stars again. Actually, you know what? Let's see. Let's go crazy and use one of these pieces, and I'm gonna trim the 2-inch piece here. If you are a big fan of reality crafting, then I would also recommend that you go back and look on my LovenStamps Facebook page for my other reality crafting episodes. Actually, they're searchable on my blog too. But if you kind of like the idea of seeing how process works, then these are a good help for you. All right, so we've got our tags here, and then I'm gonna mix and match the front of the paper. And I think I'm gonna, because this circle is exactly the same, I use the 2-inch again as the width for the punch, I'm going to offset this. And so there's gonna be a greeting at the bottom. Let's see, so I think this is gonna go down here, and then I'm gonna have some candy canes to decorate up here. So I need another greeting. Where'd my stamps go? This is the only thing with reality crafting. There's a lot of pieces to keep track of. And let's see, the things that are gonna fit on here are Oh Christmas Tree, which we'll do when we have a Christmas paper, and then Hope You Have a Wonderful Christmas. So let's grab Hope You Have a Wonderful Christmas, and I'm gonna pop this on the back. And you know what, that was a little crooked. So one of the things I usually do is I put my photopolymer stamps flat on the table and then mount them by picking them up with the block, because otherwise it's so easy to twist them or turn them, and so then you get greetings that aren't straight. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp Hope You Have a Wonderful Christmas. Okay, so this is gonna go on our paper down here. Let's see, so then let's pop some Stampin' Dimensionals. And again, one of the things I love most about these product suites is that all the pieces come together. So really, I'm not even adding cardstock to this one, although you might want to add some cardstock to go along with it. And I'm gonna pop the edge of a Stampin' Dimensional on here to pop this up, and then I'll trim with my new snips. New snips are like so fun. Oh, and then they have this little charm on the end that's silicone, so you can stick the tip of your snips in there, so you can stick them in your drawer, your bag, or whatever without goring yourself. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop this tag on here like that. And again, I would take my cornstarch later, let's see, and go ahead and unstickify the stuff on the sticky on the back. And then we need some candy canes, and I'm gonna grab some that are not just red and white, because this striped paper is pretty red and white, so it would be easy to kind of lose on there. So I'm gonna tuck this underneath and pop this one here over the top. And let's see, I think it needs something else in addition to the tinsel. So I'm gonna grab, where'd my stars go? Oh, there they are. Okay, I'm gonna grab these cute little stars and add. And if you haven't seen this tip before, I always cut the side of the package so that it's easy to pull out, and just go ahead and have the plastic still protect them, so they just slide back in there. And I think it needs 2 stars. We'll go crazy here. Star, star, there we go. All right, so, and then we'll add our tinsel tag. There's another tip here on the tinsel. If you keep the plastic, did I keep the plastic on there? Nope, it just seems to be staying. All right, so never mind about that tip. I'll grab my snips again. I shared a tip the other day that you can leave the plastic on the ribbon rolls, and when you do that, then you end up kind of keeping the end of your ribbon from flying everywhere and having your ribbon pop off the roll unexpectedly. So kind of fun there. All right, so there is our second tinsel-y tag. So we have kind of 2 fun tags here. And like I said, everything is part of the Most Wonderful Time product medley. So it all comes in the box, which means all you have to do is sit and mix and match. You don't have to keep getting up to go find supplies. Once you have your ink sorted and any extra cardstock that you might use, then you can just keep creating. All right, so this deer paper is begging for a fun tag, and I'm going to, again, cut a 2-inch piece of it, and I think I want this tag to run up and down or left and right? Let's see. I think up and down, and I want this piece right here with these cute deer. And then I'm going to make this a tall tag, I think. We'll see whether that ends up, whether I stick with that idea. But right now it's a 2 by 6 inch piece of paper. And, oh yes, yeah. Kathy said the Embossing Buddy also destickifies. That is totally true. The Embossing Buddy is a great one if you happen to have one round. It's a rosin, like a rosin bag, so also a great choice. Okay, so now I need to put my deer, and I like how you use the destickify term, Kathy, because destickify is clearly the way to go. So let's see, do I want my deer background to run left or right, left or right? I think I want it to run across this way. So I am going to cut a narrow-ish piece. So this looks like it ended up being about 1.25 inches. And you know what? I'm gonna leave it and add my deer and then trim it. So I'm gonna put this flat because I want to, where did adhesive go? I want to be able to stick the deer, and their cute little deer legs are going to pop off the edge if I don't, if I pop this up, then they'll be bumpy because of the Stampin' Dimensional. So, all right. So now I'm gonna peel some of these deer stickers, and they are die cut exactly to the edge, which is kind of fun. And we have that there. And then let's see, we'll put one more down since we have all this extra paper here. Let's see. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and trim the edge here, my snips, and I'm gonna trim this edge here. And I might hang on to those scraps. Maybe they'll appear, oops, I just threw my snips on the floor. Maybe they'll appear in another project soon. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab, I think I need like a circle punch underneath this guy to really make him set aside. And I have the green and the gold here. So I don't really want to put red in. Oh, let's see. So on the backs of the papers, I'm checking to see what my choices are. The green stars could work, or the green trees could work. Maybe we'll go with the green stars. And I'm gonna grab a circle punch, my 2 1/4 inch, because I want it to be a little wider than this top. And I'm going to pop this up. So this is one of the things about reality crafting, right? You're seeing how the things change as you go. So I tried that on there, and I didn't love how the deer heads got lost on the background. So I'm going to gently tease that up. There we go, and try this underneath. Now I used Seal Plus, which is pretty wicked sealing stuff. So, but fortunately I didn't push it down too hard. Okay, there. Oh, I like that so much better. Okay, and then I need to add a greeting, and I feel like the greeting is begging to go right over here. Let's see, my greeting choices are the full banner or aha. Here is an idea. You don't have to use this full banner. You can use just part of it. And let's see, so I need a short greeting. Comfort and joy isn't gonna fit on here. I might need to grab a circle for that. We have Deck the Halls and, oh, hope you have a wonderful Christmas. I'll go with that again. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this here all the way to one edge. And hey, I even got it the way I intended. What I'm gonna do now is go ahead and take my snips, which I have to retrieve from the floor. And I'm going to go ahead and pop this on the side. Petra asked if the box comes with coordinating cardstock. It doesn't actually list it on the box, which is kind of unusual, but this is real red and probably old olive. And Pear Pizzazz is a lighter green that goes with it. I bet in the catalog it does list those. So now this I think needs to pop up because I can hardly make a project without something popped up on it. And so I'm gonna pop a couple Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. And if I missed your questions along the way or your comments, go ahead and leave them again. They scroll by pretty quickly, so I might have missed them. All right, so there we have that. And now I feel like I said when I started that I didn't know if the tag was gonna end up staying long, but I think it's not. So that little bit at the bottom is kind of begging to be trimmed off. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim that there. There we go. I kind of like that. That turned out very nicely. So here's our tag here. It needs a little bit of the tinsel. I'll bring these back in. And I'll trim that end and add this to the back. Oh, that's a really pretty paper. That would be a great contrast to go along with this. So the Wonderful Time bundle is all in one box. All these pieces came together. You just have to add your ink and your snips and the punch, but the pieces all came together, and they are great for mixing and matching and doing all kinds of different projects. So I'll show you these again, which were from Make and Takes from our Greek Isles cruise, if you haven't seen these. Little 3x3 card, a note card, and I love the rounded corner on this as kind of a fun little accent. And then here is a full-size card. And since there's so much designer series paper in this package, there is a neat example here. Basically, it's a folded cardstock piece, and then just added the layer of designer series paper on top. So lots of good possibilities since there's so much gorgeous paper in this package. And then the stickers and so forth all come together too to really make an amazing suite of projects. So, all right. Oh, it does say in the catalog, basic black gold foil, old olive, real red and white. Thank you, Jenny. Yeah, it's a pretty basic Christmassy set. And we actually didn't even use the trees here, but the trees are a fun accent also, so they would make a great other tag, and the little cardstock stars. You could really go on for a long time with this. And other kinds of projects that sort of lend themselves to these shapes that I'm showing are bookmarks or little ornament kinds of things. Lots of cool possibilities. So, all right. So I think that gets us set for today's edition of Holiday Helper. If you're looking for more ideas, then I highly recommend you go back and look at some of our back episodes. And I love that you guys have been tuning in for these, checking each day, whether you're watching a replay or whether you're watching live. I appreciate it. It's kind of fun to share some extra projects with you. All right. Next week, Monday, I will have another project to share with you, and it is, I should have written it down. It's in the video description about what it is. It is, making a list and checking it twice. So that's all I'm gonna say for now. You'll have to tune in on Monday to catch it. But also check out some posts on LovenStamps Facebook page today about on stage and the cool things that we're seeing there. It's sneak peeks of upcoming projects and neat things that will come out when the new catalog comes out in January, which I know seems so far away. You have lots of time for your Christmas projects. Don't worry about it. And yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you next week. And happy stamping. Have a wonderful weekend.